all the 30 are doing very well. In fact, they are recovering. We had 2 that needed plastic surgical intervention. In fact, one with a very bad damaged nasal septum, which needed a plastic surgical intervention so that the scar on the face will not be that bad. And the other one that also needed an orthopaedic intervention because the tendon had been destroyed to the extent that we needed to do a repair. And those 2 were referred to Komfo Anokye yesterday, but before they left, they were very stable and out of any imminent death that we were all afraid of. The others, we've discharged like I think about 12 of them, and the others are doing very well and they are all recovering. We have nothing to fear about.
During our interview yesterday, you mentioned that 11 of them were taken to the theater. Are they part of the people who have been discharged or still on admission?
In fact, all are still on admission, apart from out of the 11, 2 needed to be referred, which I just spoke about. The rest are all fine. They are recovering. Those with minor injuries that were sutured are likely to be discharged either this evening or tomorrow.
You also mentioned that you had 2 suspected head injuries. Were your suspicions right?
In fact, God has been good. Honestly, we've managed them and they are all responding. They had head injuries as we talked about, or as we suspected, and they are doing very well. They are out of the woods now. In fact, my advice would be to the police. They need to look at ways and means to minimize such road traffic accidents, especially on this section of the Ejisu Road. I think the speed on that section is too much, and a traffic light over there or the police standing there all the time would be something that would really help to minimize the incidence of road traffic accidents on that section of the highway. Thank you very much.
Okay, finally, have you been able to identify the family of the deceased?
Still no, unfortunately no. And I will take this medium to announce to the general public if anybody has an old man in his 70s who has not reported back to the house, they should pass through our morgue and identify to see if that fits any of their family members, so that we can go through the various procedures to release the body.
But did you get any identification on him, maybe for his name and?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. We don't have anything to identify them.